Hi class! This is your instructor Megan, and in this video I want to show you how to use Creatavist. It's a really great tool for presenting pictures, but it does much more than that. If you only put pictures on your page, you're really not unleashing the power of Creatavist. It's a platform. You can do so much more than put pictures. So I want to show you how you can use Creatavist in a little bit more creative way than just showing your pictures. So all I did here is I went to creatavist.com and I signed up for a new account. I logged in and I came to this screen. I'm going to click Add New Project and I'm going to set up a new project. So I'm going to give it a title. And for this example, I shot the Electric Forest Festival, gosh, 3 or 4 years ago for a magazine, so I'm using some pictures from there. So you're going to give a title, a subtitle, author name. Actually, author name's not going to work because I don't think I put my full name in here when I signed up. Set a URL. I'm going to call it Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test, which, by the way, dubstep, I mean. My title, Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test, is a take on Gonzo Journals and Peace. And so I have my title, subtitle, authors, I've set a URL. I want to set a cover. Now, Creatavist will always tell you what size image you need. In this case, my cover image is 1536 by 2048. All that really matters here is the 2048. So I'm going to upload a picture. So here's what I did to make a cover. I took this picture and I went to image size, and I made it 20 by 48. We don't care about the height. The height doesn't really matter, but the width of our page is 2048, so we care about 2048. And then I added some text to it. This is what you want to do as well. Choose one of your images and design it into a cover image. So we're going to add this image as our cover. So I'm going to click Upload, and I'm going to select that. It's going to take a second to load. It's a pretty big file. And there's my cover image. Now I can start adding chapter. Now here's something I want to mention. You may be tempted to go to image and click image. But if you do so, you get limited on the kinds of things you can write for your image. So we're actually going to choose text, which sounds counterintuitive, but we're going to choose text. Oops, actually I want to save this first. Save. And then click text, and you'll see that even though I've chosen text, I can add an image here. And the recommended size is 1600 by 1000. So I'm going to go with the larger size, in this case 1600. So I'm going to go to my first photo, image size, and I'm going to make it 1600. Don't care about the height. Height doesn't really matter. I'm going to save this. And then I'm going to come in here, and again, I'm going to upload. I'm going to choose photo 1. Perfect. So I can give this picture a title. And I'm going to create my caption. Now, what's neat about these captions is you can include things like quotes. If I click this quote button, I can add a quote. Okay. And now I'm out of the quote. Now I can add some things here. This is pretty interesting. I could add, like if I had another picture of Sarah, I could add character. I could highlight the word Sarah and I could say Sarah the bars, and I could add just a picture of her, and I could give her a description and say a little bit more about her. I don't happen to have that, so I'm going to cancel. I can do geography, so I can highlight Erlanger, Kentucky, and I can click geography, and I can show where that is. There it is. And I can talk about Erlanger. Erlanger is a town of however many people in blah, blah, blah county, Kentucky. X percentage of Erlanger residents work in retail. I don't know, whatever it is. And then I can save that. And it'll take a second to save. There we go. So do you see what it did? It took Erlanger, Kentucky, and it made it a little pop out. So let's take a look at what this looks like. I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to preview. Okay, the preview takes a while, so if yours is being really slow, just give it a second. I have a terabyte speed internet here, and it still took about 15 seconds to load. So don't worry if yours is being kind of tough to load. So you can see here's my cover, and then here's my first picture with the title, and there's the text that goes on underneath it. So there's the caption, there's the quote that I gave, and then if I click on Erlanger, Kentucky, you'll see it pops up a little map point. And you can see there's my description. So what I want you to do this week is to not just put your pictures in Creatavist, but to find ways to make it a little bit more interactive. Use character pop-outs, use place pop-outs, use quotes, and maybe you could pop something out, like you could have audio of her saying this if you have audio. I'm sure most of you don't have audio, but I know some of you are working with musicians or bands. You might include a link to some of their music or something like that. So I want you to just experiment with it. At its most basic, you just need to get your pictures in here with captions, but I do want you to explore some of these capabilities. And these are things that we have talked about in our critique meetings. Many of you have asked about the possibility of including quotes or the possibility of including some of these things. So just have fun with it and see how you can make your photo set not just a great photo set, but also more instructional. If you're doing a photo series on body image, why not link out to some media pieces that might explain what that is? Maybe in your caption you say, oh, this is part of the body positive movement. Well, make the words body positive movement clickable to some website, or have more information pop up when you click on it. So that's how to use Creatavist. Just make sure you're saving every time you add a chapter. If I want to add another chapter, I'm going to click back on my project name, and you'll see my chapters right here. So I'm going to do another text chapter and add that. When you're done, there's a publish button right here. Just publish it to the web, and you'll get a link that you can turn in.